now watching VACAY-JayTV. Kindly hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and absolutely share. We're gonna get started right about now.
Now introducing your host, VACAY-Jay.
What up, fam? What's going on, fam? What's good? How we doing? What's going on, Latoya? I see you. What's good, fam? Definitely hit that like button, hit that share button. I appreciate y'all for coming through. You know, this is just another edition of
You Can't Handle the Truth.
Yeah, family. So happy Father's Day to everybody out there. I just wanted to wish everybody a happy Father's Day for everybody out there who is a father, who is about to become a father, who had a father. You know what I mean? Definitely want to shout y'all out. You know, definitely want to shout out all the folks in the house. What's good? I know we come in double action today. We come in double action for y'all today. Hope y'all can hear me. If you can hear me, definitely hit that like button, put that 7 in the chat. Let me know you can hear me, fam. Today we doing Handle the Truth. You can't
handle the truth.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a minute, yo. Definitely got a lot on my heart. Definitely got a lot to talk about with y'all. And who better to talk to than my fam out there? You know what I mean? Who better to talk to than my fam out there? This is impromptu. You can hear me? Thank you, Latoya. Thank you for coming through too, rocking with your boy. Who better to talk to than my people, man? I don't know what time it is on your side. It's about 8:30, 8:33 on my side on the West Coast. But today we're going to talk about a couple things, you know, that's on my heart to talk about. Very, very heavy on your boy's heart. You know what I mean? Very heavy on your boy's heart. But, you know, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Ain't here to depress y'all, nothing like that. We're going to rock out. 11:33. Okay. You on the East Coast, right? You on the East Coast? 11:33, right? 9:30. 10:30, 11:30. Yeah. You're on the East Coast. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Yeah, you know, your boy's coming through. Had a couple of lives today. This was all good. Thank you for everybody that came through with that. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. You know what I'm saying? We did The Shy. We did Power Book 2 Ghosts. So definitely check those out. You in Georgia? Okay. That's right. You in Georgia. Yeah, I lived in Lawrenceville, Georgia. Lawrenceville. That's where I lived for like 5 years. 5 years I was in Lawrenceville, Georgia, yo. 5 years. Yeah. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. We're going to be talking about a lot of things tonight, man. Am I shocked by force? No. I'm not shocked by force. Being taken off the air, or this is the last season of Force. I'm not surprised because, you know, there's a whole lot of stuff brewing. You know, 10th anniversary of Power. You know, after 10 years, you know, you got to have that money right. So if the money's right, and I believe this is what Omari, who plays James St. Patrick Ghost, said. He said, listen, if the money was right, I would probably come back. The money got to be right by now. So if he is coming back, which I believe he is, James St. Patrick, then I believe that they're going to bring back Ghosts. And yeah, definitely do the origins. Yep. Definitely do the origins. And they're going to have both your boy Tommy, right? Joseph Sikora. And also, you know, Ghosts come back and narrate, talk about it. You know, they're going to get back together. They're going to sit on the stoop, right? Sit on the stoop or the porch or whatever and just kind of talk about stuff and maybe reminisce. If I was to write it, maybe I'd do it like that. Maybe I do it like that. You know, they just both sit and reminiscing. Yo, remember that time, da 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 da, and then they just go back to when they was doing certain things, when they met Kanan, when they met Breeze, if we ever see Breeze, right? That's how I would write it. You know what I mean? These two catching up with each other. Tommy thought James St. Patrick was gone. And then when they finally reunite in Ghost or Force, whichever one, then they're gonna kick and be like, yo, man, I'm so happy to see you. I'm glad you're alive. Da da da. Let's kick it. Let's talk about this, that, and the third. Or they might both save Tariq, and then they finally gonna sit back, crack a beer, whatever, and tell Tariq how they made it through. How they didn't have anybody to come save them. They saved themselves, and then they start Origins. What you think about that? What you think about all of that, fam? You know? What you think about all of that? But happy Father's Day to everybody watching this now, watching the replay. You know, it's an important holiday, man, that kind of gets overlooked by some people. You know what I mean? Like, everybody loves their mama, right? That's the first person you love, you fall in love with as a kid, you know what I mean? But the dads, you know, it's like, come on, man, we need to show more love to the dads out there. You know what I mean? Now, if you don't have a good relationship with your dad, you know, sorry that you're going through that. If he's still alive, I would hope and pray you can try to reconcile with your dad if possible. You know, if possible. Let me see. I think they are going to do it like Raising Kanan. Okay. Look, what just happened with Ghost when they flash back to Monet? Man, I would love if they had that filter, that sepia look on Origins to make it kind of look like it's back in the day, but give it that sepia effect to kind of like make it warm. I would love for them to do that on Origins. You know what I mean? So if y'all listening, I hope y'all do it like that. You know what I mean? If they do it like Raising Kanan, that'd be dope too, because, you know, Raising Kanan is the number one to me. You know what I'm saying? Raising Kanan is number one. The number one spinoff book to me, in my personal opinion, is definitely Raising Kanan. You know what I'm saying? Plus, no disrespect to the other books, but Patina Miller, Malcolm Mays, what's his name? Brown, London Brown, Mackay, damn everybody on the show, very good acting, yo. To me, they say that Lorenzo was horrible. You talking about? Hey man, it was a young version, man. They was trying to tweak it. I believe they put like the face of Lorenzo. They put the voiceover of Lorenzo on that character, man. Because I swear, when he was screaming, he sounded just like Lorenzo. He sounded just like Poppy, just like him. You know what I mean? But yeah, fam. You know, this is...
You can't handle the truth.
So what you want to talk about today? Share what's on your heart. If there's something on your heart that's been bothering you, you know, let's talk about it. You know what I mean? Let's see if we can handle the truth together. Because, you know, a lot of people, it's hard right now for a lot of folks. You know what I mean? Hard right now for a lot of folks. So my thing is, with this platform right here, we could talk about it. You know what I'm saying? We could talk about it, talk about some struggles, talk about how we're going to get through it. You know what I mean? Because I tell you this, it's good to have some good people in your life. I got some great people in my life, man. Shout out to E-Dubs. Shout out to all the good people that's looking out for your boy. You know what I'm saying? Through good times, bad times, all the real people that I rock with, yo, and that rock with me. You know what I mean? Let's see. Let me see. You said these high SSA grocery prices. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. What's good? What's good? Candy Love, what's good? What's good? Yeah, that's right. Your boys out here. Impromptu handle the truth, man. It's that day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. You know what I mean? The ones that still here and the ones that are still resting. You know what I mean? Shout out to y'all. I know, listen, inflation is crazy right now. Inflation is crazy right now. So it's like you gotta either make more money or you got to cut back on some things. You know what I mean? Like cook at home, don't eat out. It's a lot of different things. You know what I mean? Let me see what you think about this. Honestly, I don't even know about the new defense bill. Put me on. Let me know. Let me know. You know, my mom will probably know about it because my mom's into politics and all of that. Yeah, I'll be up on some of the bills and all that. But put me on. Put me on. Let me know. But yeah, man, this is...
You can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth, man. It's a lot going on, man. Can you handle the truth? The truth is that Force is out of here. The truth is that this is the last season of Ghost. The truth is that, you know, a lot of folks have been wanting to start a YouTube channel, but you're procrastinating, or you may be just scared to do it. And I want to say to you, like, just do it. Just do it. Just start it. You know, you got to be bad before you're good. You got to be good before you're great. Just start it. Just start a YouTube channel. Just talk about yourself. Talk about things you're interested in. You know what I mean? And if somebody's interested, they see that, you know, you're a beautiful person, you're a handsome guy, or whatever the case is. If they're interested in your content, then they're going to stick with you. You know what I mean? I'm grateful for all my loyal VACAY fam out there. Right? All my loyal fam out there, I appreciate y'all, man. That's first and foremost. Let me give props to y'all. I appreciate y'all for just rocking with your boy, man, through the ups and downs. And y'all have no idea of what the ups and downs are. You know what I mean? I'm just checking my messages because Latoya said check the messages. Okay, I'm checking. What is this right here? Really? Wow. Let me move this over here. Okay, let me see if I could bring this up too. Okay, I just checked it. Yeah, definitely appreciate you and your support. I just checked it. Yeah, let me see. There you go with the jokes, Candy Love. That's right. Not I mean. That's right. Not that I mean. I'm the only one, man. The only one with the not that I means. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can bring this up real quick. And I don't really like talking politics, but I'll talk about this and see what your thoughts are on. Thank you for sending this to me, Latoya. Let me see if I can bring it up real quick. Maybe I can see it. Maybe I can't. I don't know. Yeah, let's talk about it. Let me make sure. Okay. All right, it's coming up. It's coming up. Let's see if we can pop this up here. Maybe you can see it. Let's see. Let me know if you can see it. There it is. Break in. House passes defense bill automatically registering men 18 and 26 for the draft. Wow. That is wild. That's true, huh? Who is that from? Who's that source? I see the logo, but I don't know who the source is. Is that true? That's crazy, dog. Man. What y'all think about that? Shoot. 18 to 26? That's crazy, dog. Automatically? No way. That's 18 to 26 years old for the draft. So whether you want to go or not, you automatically going to be drafted for this thing. I don't like that. This is not freaking 1945, 1950s. Nah, I'm not feeling that, B. I'm not feeling that. I see you. Yeah, that's crazy, B. Yeah, exactly. Bush, oh my God. Yeah. That's, oh, you got to, okay, lovely T. Okay, she legit. That's insane. I want to see the bill. There's got to be some stipulations with that. There's got to be some, if you know, for religious reasons, I mean, because that's what it was back in the day, right? If, you know, religious reasons, illness, ailments, like if you sick, you ain't gonna be going, you ain't gonna be no good to go, right? You know, if you got ailments or whatever, but some people be lying, right? Some people be lying. They get the doctor's note. They get the doctor's note talking about, yeah, you know, I got something wrong with my foot. Ain't nothing wrong with their foot. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't mentioning it. Okay, you sending me some more stuff? Let me see. Okay, you sent me that right there. Okay, so that's the actual bill. Okay. Shout out to Latoya, man. Shout out to Latoya, man. Sure. With the current events. It's taking me through these current events real quick. You know what I mean? Can you handle the truth, though? That's the question, all right? Let me pull this up. Let me see if I can pull this up on here. Let's see what it looked like. Let's see what it looked like up on here, man. Shout out to Latoya with the current events. I'm trying to pull up this bill here. Let me see if it'll let me do it. This is wild because I've never done it on this joint right here. Okay, let's see. Let's see what pops up. What do y'all see? Y'all see anything? Oh, no, y'all don't see nothing yet. Oh, I gotta do it like this. I gotta do it like this. Come on, work with me. I gotta do it like this. Okay. I don't even know if y'all can see that, man. But it says House passes defense bill automatically registering men 18 to 26 for the draft. The selected service is already mandated for men, U.S. citizens age 18 through 24. So how come it says 18 to 26, but right here it says 18 to 24? That's kind of weird. But it says the House of Representatives passes a measure on Friday automatically registering men 18 to 26 for selective service. Okay. It was part of the annual National Defense Authorization Act, which sets out the U.S. government military national security priorities over the next fiscal year. This year, the NDAA authorizes $895.2 billion in military spending, $9 billion increases from fiscal. Whoa. Okay. That's a lot. Okay. That's a lot, fam. Wow. What y'all think about that, man? Shoot. 18. So if you got a son, whoa. Let's get this back on track. If you got a son, ages 18 through 24, then they automatically going to be enlisted in this thing. I don't know if I like that, fam. I do not know if I like that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the U.S. is definitely not broke, yo. That's what they tell you. Nah, man. No, the U.S. ain't broke. Shoot. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's what I saw too. I see you. TNC Slots, what's good? Hit that like button. Appreciate you for coming through. Right. Selective service has always been in place, I thought. Okay. So maybe it's always been in place, but now they're automatically enlisting the 18 to 26-year-olds now. Right? Let me see. Latoya says, I have two sons, 22 and 16. Damn. So you telling me they automatically going to be enlisted? Come on, man. That's crazy, dog. I'm not even feeling that right there. I'm not feeling that at all. I am not feeling that at all, yo. You know, if I had sons, I'd be very concerned. I'd be very, very concerned. You know what I'm saying? Because why are they enlisting? And again, I don't do politics on this channel, but my question is, why are they enlisting 18 and 24 years old? What are they planning on doing? You know what I'm saying? They planning on, defending countries that they shouldn't be in, or what's going on? They preparing for something that we don't know about. I'm just saying, there's a reason why everything happens, right? So there's always a reason why all of this stuff is going down. They give you a piece of it, but they ain't gonna give you all of it. You know what I'm saying? So the question is,
you can't handle the truth.
Can you handle the truth about that, fam? That no matter what goes down, If there's a law in place, a bill passed, or whatever the case is, it's going to affect all of us in one shape or another, one way or another. Do you have concerns? I know you do. I know you do. What concerns do you have, Latoya, with your sons? Because, this is crazy, B, that they can just do this to enlist people. What if they don't want to go? What if they don't want to go? What if they just want to, do something else, but, become like, cyber security. They want to do cyber security. They want to do something else with their life. They want to go into the music business. They want to, start their own business. They want to, do whatever. What happens to those dreams? Are these dreams deferred now because they're automatically enlisted so they can't get to their dreams? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Help me understand. Help me understand. Let's see. Latoya says, what happened to that $30 million that mysteriously vanished from a bank and nobody's talking about it? I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about that. You got a lot of news over there, Latoya. You need to start your own channel. Like I say, you need to start your own YouTube channel, start talking about all this good stuff. Neither one of them are about that life. Got you. They're not about that life. They're not about the military life, or they're not about the business life. What you mean? What you mean? I'm just saying, man, I would be concerned. I would definitely have concerns. If I had 18 to 24-year-old like sons, that's a major concern right there. That the government gonna automatically enlist. Now, again, I don't do politics on this, but we just chatting it up. This is Handle the Truth. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there. If you're just joining me, definitely it's VACAY-J. This is
You can't handle the truth.
Handle the Truth with VACAY-J. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there. This is a special impromptu. We just kicking it over here and kicking it for everybody. Let's see. TNC Slots says selective service registration cards in the mail. Failure to register is a felony that can result in a fine up to $250,000 and or 5 years in prison. Wow. How is this different? That's crazy. That's crazy. It's basically like, listen, if you don't do this, you don't register, we're going to lock you up or you're going to have to pay $250,000. Now, you got an extra $250K sitting around the house? No, probably not. So they basically forcing these young men to go into service. Now, again, is this for every young man out there? You know what I mean by that, right? Is this for every young man? Green, gray, purple. You know what I mean? Is this for everybody? Or is this for a selective few? Is this for the rich or the poor? Right? GoFundMe. Right? So, what about the kids or the parents that have more than $250,000 in the bank? Are they going to pay that for their son because they don't want their son to go to any enlisting or anything like that? So do the rich kids get away with this? Or is it just a fine and you still got to go? All right, well, you don't go to jail, but if you pay the $250, then you're good, and then you get to sit home, play PlayStation, all that. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what you say. So Jay, that's the $1 million question. Right. Yeah, you see what I'm asking? You see where I'm going? You know what I'm saying? Let me see. TNC Slot says they're wasting money on their going after the yeah. See, Candy Love says, right, Jay, everyone or a selective few. Yeah. Listen. Oh, you still going? So even if you get a fine, right? They say, listen, you got $250? No. So that's the thing. It's like you're going to penalize these kids. If they don't register, if they don't got $250, you're going to put them in jail. Okay, so you're meeting a couple of quotas here, huh? So if they go get enlisted, then you got them on that end. But if they don't, you're going to put them in the prison system and then get free slave labor.
You can't handle the truth.
Again, I don't do politics here. We just talking and kicking it. I don't do that. Here we're just kicking it right here on You Can't Handle the Truth. Happy Father's Day to every father out there. Shout out to all the mothers. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the mothers. We just kicking it, having a conversation. Again, it's just dialogue. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a YouTuber. I don't know nothing. I'm asking questions. So, you know, government and all of that, don't come after me. We just having a discussion about these things that we just saw on the internet. That's it. I'm not doing dark conspiracy theories or nothing like that. I don't do that here. I don't do none of that here. You see, Latoya says you pay the fine and still have to go. You don't pay the fine, you go to prison and still gotta go. Either way. Wow. Man, I tell you, they wouldn't do this in the 90s. When we was coming up in the 90s, nah, man, we was public enemy number one. Like, we was fighting the powers that be. Yo, we was on that, B. You know what I mean? Like, we was on that in the 90s. It was like, nah, we ain't going to the army. Nah, we ain't doing that. Now, a few of us did. My boy Mike, he did. You know what I'm saying? And he doing well for himself with his family. But he been on like 5-6 tours, you know, special forces and the whole nine. So, you know, he went through hell, but, you know, he's on the other side of that right now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Mike. Let's see. Kenny Love says, what mental problems could stop you from being able to enlist? Is that a thing? I'm sure it's a thing, because shoot, if you ain't too well, they don't want to give you a strap and then turn around, you turning around and friendly fire happens. They don't want that to happen. So, you know, so he says, yeah, we just talking about stuff we see on the news. Sorry, educational purpose. There you go. There you go. Yeah. Sure, if you're already on SSD. Okay. Yeah. Absolutely, man. Shout out to Muhammad Ali, man. Shout out to one of our great ones, Muhammad Ali, who basically lost his, you know, almost lost his boxing career, you know what I mean? But lost his license, lost all of that because he didn't want to go. They took it away. They stripped him, man. Like, Ali is one of our heroes, dog. One of our heroes, B. If you don't know, go watch a movie. Go read a book. Muhammad Ali, man. Salute. Let me see. Kenny Love says, okay, so they just need to act accordingly. Yeah, basically. You know how it is, man. You know how it is. Just like a job, even with where we are. Just numbers, right? Again, I'm not getting into politics. I'm not doing that. I don't do that here. We just kicking it. Entertainment purposes here. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Well, you can't handle the truth. So it's late night. What's on your mind tonight? We are going into, in less than a minute, we are going into Father's Day on the East Coast first. Now, again, I'm from New York. You see right there? You see right there? Right there. My great friend Amy, she got a picture of New York City streets right there, and that's the sunset. I love the sunset in New York City. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing better than the sunset in New York City right in the middle of the block. You know what I mean? So for those who don't have a father right now, if their father passed away, if your father passed away like mine, what would you want to say to your dad? And if your father's still here, what would you say to your dad right now, as it is now Father's Day on the East Coast? You know, on the East Coast where I was born in New York, New York. Happy Father's Day to my dad, JB Sr. I am Junior. Don't call me Junior. But happy Father's Day to Pops Brown. That's my guy, man, my hero. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, man, I just wanted to do right and make him proud. I hope I did. I hope I am still. I hope he's watching over me. I know they say in death, you know, that all the spirits are asleep until Judgment Day. But, you know, I want to believe that right now he's watching over me, probably laughing. Like, what's this VACAY thing? You know what I'm saying? You know, he from Alabama. My pops is from Alabama. What's this VACAY thing going on? What's that, son? What's that, son? That was my guy, man. That was my guy. He's a superhero to me. Super fit guy, born and raised in Alabama. You know, worked in the peanut fields back in the 40s and 50s, and then came up to New York in the 60s. Met my mama, who was born in Harlem. You know, they got married in the church. They enjoyed life, went to Hawaii, all different places together, and then they decided to have a love child. That was me. And, you know, I was born in November, so you know what that means. If you're born in November and October, you know that your parents was probably getting busy around Valentine's Day, right? You was probably conceived around Valentine's Day. You know what I mean? And came out in November 21st. And yeah, man, like, love my dad, love my mom, but my dad, though, that was my guy, man. That was my dude. Like, his only son, he'd do anything for me. Anything. You know what I mean? So I had the perfect balance, though, because my dad, he would spoil me, right? And then, you know, my mom, she would like despoil me, you know what I'm saying? So I had the perfect balance, man. That's why I'm not a spoiled kid. You know what I mean? My dad, like, what you want? You want G.I. Joe? You want Star Wars? What you want? He-Man? You know what I'm saying? You want Transformers? My dad would get me anything that I want. And then my mom would be like, all right, play with that for a little while. Then you got to get ready to go to bed. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom kept me in line. You know, my dad would give me everything, you know? And that's not why he's my guy, man. That's not why. That's, you know, not because he bought me everything. That's not the reason why. Reason why my dad is my hero is because he was like not perfect. None of us are, but he was the perfect example of a man's man. You know what I mean? Like, he was the provider, the protector. You know, he was the one to, hey, you know what? If it got to get done, we going to get it done. Like, he was that type. If it's got to get done, we going to get it done. And my dad was just also an evangelist. He traveled the world. You know, he went to India. He went all over the world. You know what I mean? And he used to send pictures back and call me on the rotary phone. Y'all remember the rotary phone? If you got one number wrong, boy, you got to start all over again. You got to press that and start all over again. But that was my dude, man. You know what I'm saying? And he really showed me what forgiveness was all about. Because not only did my dad come to New York just to get away from Alabama, start a new life, which he did. He became the first surgical assistant. I think they call them surgical technicians now. But back in the 70s, he pioneered the industry in New Jersey, in Teaneck, New Jersey, at a hospital called Holy Name Hospital. And he pioneered the industry, worked with the doctors, the nurses, and everything. And yeah, he started to train other people, white, black, it didn't matter. He would train all these other people to become surgical, you know, technicians. And yeah, he was also a minister in the church, evangelist, good dude, just a good guy. If you met my dad, you would understand where I get my charm, my Riz, as they say. You know, Riz is short for charisma. I just had to break that down for y'all. Riz is short for, that's what the young people say. Riz, W-Riz. That's charisma. Riz is for charisma. But my dad has super Riz. And Pops, when he would light up a room, you know what I'm saying? If y'all met my dad, y'all would be laughing. He make you laugh. He make you smile. You know what I'm saying? He might slip you $1, might slip you $10. You know what I'm saying? My dad was that dude. He was just that guy to be like, what? You need some food? Let's go get some food. That was my guy. You know, I just got great memories of my dad. You know what I mean? And I had to get on here and let y'all know, like, you know, there are some good people out there. There's some good dads out there. They just don't get the recognition. They just don't, you don't hear about a lot of the stories about dads. You know what I mean? And you hear the horror stories about dads, but you don't hear the good sides of dads. We need to spread the word, like fathers and daughters, even daughters, need to share more stories about, how good their dads were to them. Again, they're not perfect, not perfect at all. But the good men out there that take care of their family, that will go above and beyond, those are good dudes. And we got to give them props. I'm not talking about just giving them ties, yo. You know what I'm saying? Okay, enough with the ties. Take your dad out. Send him on a vacation. Your dad needs a vacation too. Mama gets vacation. Your dad needs a vacation too. You know what I mean? Even if it's for a weekend. Send your dad away, or even take your dad. Bring your dad to Vegas or something, or bring your dad somewhere where he can relax. Bring him to Cali, bring him to the beach, whatever. I could tell you this, fam. My dad traveled all over the world. And it's wild that he told me this. I said, Pops, I just came from Cali. I was in the travel space. I just came from California. And I was like, Pops, you ever been to Cali? He was like, nah, I never been to Cali. I was like, what? I said, how you not been to Cali, man? You went to India. You went to all the, my aunt is in Japan. You've been to Japan. You've been to all these different places. Never been in California, never been on the beaches of the world. I'm like, wow. So I had the opportunity to do all of that stuff. And I wish my pops was here. And I don't mean to get all sad on y'all, man. This is a celebration, man. Celebration of life. Celebration of life, fam. So if your dad is here, I tell everybody, like, cherish your pops. And if he's not here, just know he looking down on you, and that you need to remember the good times. You know what I mean? Remember the good times. That's all. Just remember the good stuff about your pops. You know what I mean? Now, if you don't got a good relationship, just try to remember the best thing that you can. Even if you got to create it in your mind, just do what you got to do to, just remember your pops in a good light. Some dads are rough. Some dads, weren't raised in a manner that you would want them to be raised, so they come off a little rough sometimes because that's just how they was raised. They may have been whipped or spanked, or they had to get the switch if they was doing something bad when they was a kid, and that sometimes parents, that's all they know how to do is just kind of like communicate in that way, but they only communicate sometimes when you do something wrong. But when you do something right, they may not acknowledge it. So, on one side, we could say, we could be mad at our dads. We could be mad at, our parents. But then we got to remember, a lot of that stuff comes from how they were raised. You
can't handle the truth.
Can you handle the truth? That's the question. Can you handle the truth? That's the question. Truth is that a lot of stuff that we do today, a lot of stuff we do today is based on what we learned and what we mimic from our parents, yo. I'm just saying, you
can't handle the truth.
Can you handle the truth? Right? So as I'm at the age that I'm at right now, I find myself doing stuff and saying stuff and moving the same way my dad was moving. I would laugh like my dad. I would get up from the chair like my dad, and I laugh about it because, people say, well, I miss my dad. I miss my pops. But if you look at yourself and just observe yourself, move around the house, do some things, talk to some people, you'll realize that you're talking, sometimes walking, sometimes moving just like your pops. Sometimes even daughters, I'm telling you right now, you pick up some stuff subliminally from your parents, specifically your dad. And then when you realize that you start moving like your dad, man, that's the funniest thing in the world. It's the funniest thing in the world when you be like, man, I'm laughing like my pops, yo. I'm moving like pops, right? I'm laughing like my dad, so I ain't mean to get all like low and behold on y'all. I'm just saying, fam. It's a beautiful thing to know your dad. You know, it's a beautiful thing to have somebody that you know cares about you, that you know is gonna do everything in the world for you. Now, if you don't have a dad like that, you may have an uncle like that, right? You may have an uncle that's gonna look out for you. Maybe you don't have a good relationship with your dad, but you have a great relationship with your uncle. Celebrate your uncle. Even if your uncle don't got kids, if your uncle has given you wisdom, imparted wisdom upon you, you know, like he was your dad, made you feel good as if he was your dad, then celebrate your uncle. You know what I mean? Celebrate that man. Because if he ever looked out for you like he was your dad, show that man some love. Show that man love for real and respect. Because where your dad wasn't there, your uncle was there. You know what I mean? Your uncle was there, or maybe, you know, your cousins, your older cousins was there. What's going on, Karima? I see you. I see you. Welcome to You Can't Handle the Truth.
You can't handle the truth.
You know what I'm saying? Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. You know, deceased or alive. Shout out to all the dads out there. But I'm just saying, if you didn't have a father, but you had some father figures around you, they don't have to be related to you, then definitely celebrate them today too. Whether they have children or not, you know what I'm saying? And they may not even look at you as a child or as like, you know, oh, you know, I raised you. But if they blessed you in one way, shape, or form, if they've been there for you, if they looked out for you, they gave you some advice, you know what I'm saying? If they put some money in your pocket, whatever the case is, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know, just show them some love, man. Show them some love. All right, Karima, let me see what you're talking about here. Karima Smith, what's good? Thank you for coming through. So my mom passed May 18th, and me and my dad don't get along. It's so much. And my husband passed in November. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about that. And my condolences to you. Thank you for sharing that too. I really appreciate that. That's a lot. That's a lot, Karima. And I appreciate you being here. And I appreciate you sharing that too. I appreciate you sharing that. Wow. You know, like I would say to you, definitely go in meditation and prayer on that. Like, I'm praying that you and your dad can one day reconcile for real. Can one day just work whatever it is out. Whatever is going on, I hope y'all can work it out. Sometimes I tell you this, and not to make light of anything, but sometimes, you know, and I have a couple of friends, and they may not get along with their mom, right? So I have a friend, she's a woman, right? And sometimes her mom gets on her nerves. And then as she has gotten older, she's finally realized that the reason why they don't get along is because they are the same person. Her and her mom is like the same. So sometimes, you know, if we don't get along with our parents, it's because we kind of like think the same way, or we might have the same smart ass mouth as our mothers and fathers. So all we doing is just mirroring what they're doing back to them. And it's just an ongoing fire going back and forth. But once we recognize that, then we got to like say, hey, let me approach this in a different way, right? Let me approach this in a different way. Like, I'm just like my dad, and that's the reason why I don't get along with my dad. You know what I mean? Yo, Pops, let's sit down and talk, man, because we both got smart ass mouths, but I got my smart mouth from you, Pops. I'm the same way. My temperament is the same way because your temperament is that way. I am emulating you, Pops. I'm emulating you, Dad. We got to find a way to get past this. You know what I mean? We got to find a way to get along. You know what I mean? With everything going on, with mom passing, my husband passing, right? Like, Karima, there's got to be a way that y'all can come to, like, especially right now with all these recent passings. Like, reach out to your pops, please. And I pray, even if you need like a intermediate, just somebody in the middle, a buffer. You know what I mean? Whoever that is, maybe your aunt, maybe, his sister, or maybe a cousin that he's cool with. Even if you need a buffer, just try to reconcile that immediately. Immediately. Because this life thing, my pops used to say it all the time. And I hate it when he said it, man. I hate it.
You can't handle the truth.
Hit that like button, fam. I hate it when my pops would say this, but it's true. And it's a verse in the Bible, right? Life is but a vapor. Before you know it, just life goes by, life goes on, then it disappears. You know what I mean? And I want y'all to reconcile, man. Please reconcile with your pops. Please. Please, 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 please. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let me see what you're saying here. God knows I need to get it right. Yeah. We got to get it right with a lot of our relationships, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes just taking that first step, sometimes it don't work. Let's be real.
You can't handle the truth.
Sometimes that first step is not what you expected to be. Sometimes the first reception or the first, engagement is not what you want it to be. And sometimes people get so upset that they give up. Don't give up on your pops. If he don't receive you the way that you would love for him to receive you, being that he is, as you said, pushing 80. We know he's set in his ways, but we got to crack that armor, you know what I'm saying? That stubborn armor, B. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could tell you, you know what I mean? I could tell you for real, like as an older man, even though I don't look older. I don't look old. Just got a little salt and pepper. But what I do know is that, we set in our ways in many different ways. But somehow you got to find a kink in that armor to make them laugh. Something that would make them chuckle a little bit, just to bring down his guard so y'all could talk. You know what I mean? And again, I'm not a licensed psychologist, psychiatrist, none of that stuff. I'm just chopping it up with my people. That's all, with all my people today. So if you're watching me and you don't know who I am, VACAY-JayTV, listen, I'm not here to be a licensed practitioner or counselor. That's not what I do. I just living life and just sharing some stuff. You see, Latoya says, I don't get along with mine because he didn't raise me or have a relationship with me. Mind you, we live in the same city. But we could change that though, right? We could change that today. Yeah. Because a lot of us, I tell you, including myself, I include myself. A lot of us are living in the past of what we feel should have been done, right? Well, they should have reached out to me. They should have called. They should have looked for me. They should have did this and they should have did that. And we keep doing the shoulda. Before you know it, 20 years passes by and it's like they gone. And now we like, damn, I should have went ahead and put down all that shoulda, wouldas so I can go and just reconcile with this man or reconcile my mom's or dad or whoever it is. Like today is a new day. Today's the present, right? So we can change that today. You know what I mean? Today is Father's Day. Try to give him a call. Just say, hey, I'm not calling for anything. I'm just going to wish you a happy Father's Day. And don't expect anything in return. Don't expect anything. Because you're being a bigger person. You're doing your part. The procedure in you saying happy Father's Day to him, even though y'all don't get along, even though, all the stuff that happened in the past, you telling him happy Father's Day is you giving him the example of how to give and not receive anything in return. Whatever he says in return, that's fine, whatever it is. Don't internalize it. Just say, if he says, well, thank you, thank you. And that could be the first step. Today's Father's Day. It's time to reconcile. I wish my dad was here. Yeah. Well, this right here is the case of, praying to heal from whatever it was. You know, there's a lot of stuff. And I don't know specifically, and you don't have to share, Latoya. You already know. You don't have to share what that is. Let me see. I see you did this right here. He has unhealed childhood traumas that he refuses to accept or get help for. Got you. Yep. Yeah, we all need therapy. All of us. Karima, all of us. Let me see, Jay. I think that's reserved for people that deserve it. God knows our yeah. Yeah, he does. He does. And Latoya, though, I'll tell you this. While he is going through what you said, the childhood traumas that he refuses to accept and get help for, I think the first step is we have to see it for what it is. And again, I'm not a licensed psychologist. Trust me, I'm not a therapist. I just been through a lot of shit.
You can't handle the
I've been through a
truth.
lot of stuff. Okay, I've been through a lot of trauma stuff. Yo, we got to heal ourselves. You know, we got to work on ourselves, and we got to work on that level of forgiveness too. And the forgiveness, we got to remember the forgiveness is not for them. The forgiveness is for ourselves, so we can release that burden. We can release that ailment that we have on us, that bad spirit that we have on us. We got to release that. We got to release that. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to get help. That's a stubborn soul, right? That's a stubborn person that don't want to get help when they know they need help. You know, I have a friend who recently told me they're going to the therapist. They're going to go to the therapist. They got benefits now. They're going to go to the therapist. And I'm like, thank you, Lord, because I've been telling you this for the past 5 years. But they realize where they are in life. It took them 5 years. It took them 5 years to get to that point. And this person's not old. This is a younger person, probably your age. You know what I mean? So sometimes it takes people time for them to realize, you know what? I need to go get some help because I have these toxic relationships with my family and I don't want that anymore. Some people so stubborn, they kind of stay to themselves and they just like, well, I don't care. I'm not going to talk to them anymore. They ain't going to talk to me and I'm good with that. Deep inside, they not good with that. They hurting hard. They hurting inside. They don't want to do that. They really don't. They won't admit it. Let me see. I'm definitely on my healing journey after being in. Yes. Praise God. Yeah. Rima says, oh yeah, definitely a spirit for sure. Yeah. Yeah, we got to do everything in our power to heal, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we got to we really got to get outside of ourselves. A lot of us, and again, I'm not preaching on here. We just chopping it up as a family. A lot of us got to go outside of ourselves to a higher power, whatever that is for you, to heal. Because all this time it's like, yeah, I'm a heal. We can't heal ourselves. We can heal ourselves to a certain extent. There's stuff outside that we have no control of that only the higher power can heal. Whoever, whatever you call them. Whoever, whatever you call them. Again, I'm not on here preaching. That's not what I do. But I'm just saying it's something beyond us that we have to release and surrender ourselves to in order to get that healing. Let me see what you said. Yes. Hibis definition, stubborn and in denial. He has lied to himself for so long that he believes a lie. Yep. That happens. There's a lot of people out there like that, you know? Yes, we do. It's a long and difficult journey, but it will be well worth it. Yes. I agree with you.
You can't handle the truth.
I believe you can handle that. I believe it's a process, right? Like I've been betrayed, backstabbed, purposely sought after to have harsh things done to me God has protected me at every step. God has protected me at every step, and I'm just keeping it real. I'm putting God. Yes, that's right. I said God has protected me at every step. But while He has protected me from the outside sources and spirits and beings and all of this and that, He has also done some inner work where I can have this discussion with you and just be transparent with you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We can have a real discussion about this. And I think not only does everybody else need it, I need it too. You know what I mean? That's why I'm here. I'm here to talk to my people. Jay, we can have some deep discussions. Yeah, absolutely. We doing it right now. It's real. I know we talk about power, we talk about this, we talk about that, and that's cool. That's all for entertainment purposes, but we got a lot of healing to do. I got a lot of healing to do. You know what I mean? I got a lot of healing to do. And I'm never going to play the victim. I may have hurt some people as well. So whoever is watching this, if I ever hurt you, I apologize to you. And it takes a real man and woman to apologize, right? To admit that they're wrong and say, you know what, I apologize to you. I'll never say I'm sorry, but I apologize to you. There's a difference. Because people turn around and be like, yeah, you are sorry. So I'm not going to set myself up. I apologize to you. But sometimes that's all we need, right? But sometimes we don't get the apology. Sometimes we'll never get the apology from the people that wronged us.
You can't handle the truth.
Am I telling the truth or what? We could want somebody to say, yo, I'm sorry. And they will never say I'm sorry. But you got to be okay with that. You got to be okay with that. You got to be okay with it. That don't mean you got to keep hanging out with them. That don't mean you got to keep going to dinner with them. That don't mean you got to be around them. That don't mean none of that stuff. If they did you wrong and they never say I'm sorry, just move on. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what Latoya said. Latoya said, I think the George Floyd incident triggered all of us. And for the first time, got to see live and in color of what our ancestors went through. Absolutely. I think that affected us. I think COVID affected us. I think a lot of things have affected us. I mean, that whole January 6th thing, that affected me. That affected me on another scale. That's when I was living in Georgia. That's a whole nother story. Let me see. Karima says, I will call my dad tomorrow and wish him a happy Father's Day. Yes. Yes. Do that. Do that with a sincere heart. And don't expect anything in return. Don't expect, thank you, baby. If you get one, great. If you don't, you did your part. You did your part. You know what I mean? You did your part. That's all you can do. You know what I mean? And you should feel good that you were brave enough and you put your pride aside and you put how you may hurt aside in order to wish him a happy Father's Day. At the end of the day, he's still your father. Now you have sperm donors and then you have fathers, right? We know the difference. You have people that's never been in your life, as my sister has said here. But again, we got to find a way, because especially if we got kids, right? If we got kids and these kids may have never met their grandfather, they the ones that's going to be hurting in the end. Now, if the grandfather is toxic, if he's just, not in his right mind, I get it. If your father is not in the right mind, you don't want your kids to be susceptible to that. I get that. But if he is in his right mind and he's just stubborn, right? He's just stubborn mule, right? Then it's okay to be like, hey, you know what? Just warn your sons or your daughters, like, listen, your father, your grandfather, he's a little stubborn. But you know they change. You know your father will change in front for your kids. You know what I'm saying? This is his grandbabies. I hope he does. You know what I mean? Let me see what you're saying. Latoya said, I can't say it because it wouldn't be genuine. Mine is definitely a donor. Yeah, that's deep. That's deep. But see, you know what though? If you want that to change, it's possible. It's going to take a hell of a lot of, just mercy and grace and the willingness to want to reconcile for the greater good. It sounds like you got a lot of anger in you too. And I'm praying for you on that one right there, because we got to get that out. You know what I mean? We got to get that out of our system in order to move forward. I had a lot of anger towards some people who have done me wrong. I've had a lot of anger towards that, but then it's like, why am I letting these people live rent free in my head? And they going about their business and going about life like they don't care what they did. They're not thinking about me. So why should I hold and harbor any anger towards them when it's not going to make a difference? You see what I'm saying? It's not going to make a difference how much anger we hold in our heart. It's going to affect us mentally, physically, emotionally. We're going to get sick because we're holding on to this anger, holding on to this hate. We're holding on to it. And that's why we got to get the help first. That's why we got to get the help first. We got to go to the therapist. We got to go sit down with people who are licensed, who we connect with. Because not every therapist is good for you. You got to figure that one out. You got to go to a couple therapists first before you figure out which one is going to work with you, that you feel comfortable, that you allow them to ask questions in order to get the answers that's already in your mind and already in your heart. Right? Let me see. Latoya says, Jay would take Jesus himself to come down and tap him on the shoulder. Let me see. Latoya says, I've tried several times with him. I'm not angry anymore. It's just acceptance and calling it for what it is. I've tried. It was useless. So I have to accept him for who he is and let him there. Yeah. Sometimes it's like that. But that doesn't stop you from being the better person. Karima, she says she's going to call her dad. Okay. Wish him a happy Father's Day. I know you said if you do it, it's not going to be genuine. Do it anyway. Do it anyway. If it's not going to be genuine, do it anyway. You never know what's going to happen. On his end, I'm talking about. I'm not talking about your end. I'm talking about on his end. Because you know how sometimes people they say, you know what? A smile can change a person's day, right? They said a smile can change a person's day, right? So when y'all see me on VACAY-JayTV, I got a nice smile, right? I got a pretty nice smile. But if you at your workplace and you dread being there and somebody rolls up on you that and they silly sometimes, but they give you a little smile, what you going to do? You going to smile too. So my point in saying that is, even if it's not genuine, Latoya, just do it anyway, because you never know. That can break him down slowly but surely. You know what I'm saying? Happy Father's Day. That's it. I'm just going to say happy Father's Day. All right, have a great day. Talk to you later. That's it. You're doing your part to try to heal. Let me see what's going on. Okay. It says my body is definitely hurting from mama and husband. The stress. Yeah. Yeah, you just lost them too, man. I know how I felt when I lost my dad. Like that 12 months was the hardest. The first 12 months for me was the hardest thing to get through. Like that was my dude. Like I would go see my pops, hang out with my pops. Sometimes we would just be chilling, TV be on, you know. He got an iPhone because I got an iPhone. He'd be like, son, show me how to do this, show me how to do that. And he got the iPhone. My pops was a genius. He got an iPhone just to connect and stay connected to me. He would call me and say, hey, son, and I live like maybe 15, 20 minutes away from the house where he lived. Say, hey, son, I want to know how to do this, that, and the third. Why don't you come over here and show me? I was like, well, pops, I'm at work, I'll come when I get off work. Right. So he would do that purposely just so I would come and hang out with him and all this and that. And I had no problem hanging out with my pops. No problem. But he knew what he was doing to keep us connected. You know, let me see what you're saying here. So it says he's a narcissist, so he'll be this way until he goes to the upper room. Yeah, that's tough. Karima says, oh yeah, but vacay, it's so much because I didn't let my dad come to mom's homegoing service, which it was June 5th. Oh, yeah, wow. That's tough. Man. Yeah, that's and that was this month, right? This June 5th? Wow. Wow, that's tough. Yeah, it's going, listen. So if that's the case, then if you call him anyway, but like I said, don't expect anything. And if he gets upset about it, then you know he's still angry. And because it's going to take a lot of forgiveness and working that thing out because you're not letting him come to the funeral to the yeah that's hard. Let me see. Latoya says when I lost my grandfather, it almost took me out of here. I helped take care of him while he was battling cancer. I was the oldest grandchild, but he raised me as his daughter and spoiled me rotten. Yeah. I had a grandpa like that. I was his favorite grandchild. That's what he used to tell me. I believe it. You know what I'm saying? I believe it because I was the youngest, you know, I was the cutest. You know what I mean? You know. Yeah. I know that feeling to be, you know, the favorite grandchild, right? And I was the closest anyway, you know what I mean? Grandpa Jeff. That was my guy, man. That was my guy. Yeah. Well, it took when my grandfather passed, I was crying like a little baby. Let me see, Latoya. He knew my dad wasn't going to step up. Got you. And the crazy thing is, I married him. Well, he's Geechee, so. Okay, got you. Karima, so June 5th this year. Do it anyway. Do it anyway. Maybe that might open up a conversation. You never know. That might open up the conversation. It may be like, well, thank you. You know, I've been wanting to talk to you about a lot of things. And it may have something to do with, you know, what you did and the pain that everybody's going through right now, you know. what I'm saying? Yeah. Keep doing that. Prayer is powerful. Prayer is powerful. Gee, I ask my mom to pray for me every day. Pray for your boy. The prayers of the older folks, man, the elderly, boy, I tell you, man, them joints go right up and the blessings come right down like fast. Like seriously. That's why you need your dad and your mom in your life. That's why you need these older folks, whether it be your grandma, your aunt, your uncle. You need these folks, man. They've been on earth longer than us. You know what I mean? And those people who are in direct contact with the higher power, man, they got a relationship that's probably deeper than ours because we ain't been on earth that long, or you know what I'm saying? We may have fallen off as far as our relationship with a higher power, with the higher power. I keep saying higher power, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, man, like get connected, stay connected, reconnect, do whatever you got to do. Because if they good people and they got a good relationship, I'm telling you right now, man, when you ask for them to pray for you, man, them joints be like, it'd be like that. It's like, man, I'm a witness. I'm a living testimony. Yeah. Straight up. Again, I ain't up here preaching, fam. We just kicking it. Man, them elderly prayers got a direct line. I'm telling you. Sweet baby Jesus. I'm telling you, think I'm playing? I am not playing, yo. I am not playing. I asked my mom to pray for something for me. Asked my mom to pray for something for me in the morning. By that late afternoon, everything just, I was like, bruh, do that again. I'm in Vegas like, Ma, I pray that I make $1 million. I was joking, but she's like, I will though. I was like, please do. Maybe not from gambling, but for something else, I tell you, man, it's real. Again, we ain't up here preaching. We just kicking it. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there. Yeah. Oh, I'm pressing wrong buttons.
You can't handle the truth.
It's called You Can't Handle the Truth, man. Can you handle the truth? Here's the truth. If my dad was still here and me and him didn't have a good relationship, I would do everything in my power because it's on me now. I know he may be a narcissist. My dad wasn't a narcissist, but I'm just speaking in terms of what y'all going through. I know my dad's a narcissist. I know all about narcissistic behavior. I think all of us have at one time or may still have pieces of narcissistic behavior. It's on a spectrum. It's a spectrum, right? Some people realize it. Some people know how to handle narcissistic people. I've learned how to do that very well. To diffuse these narcissistic people. Because I dealt with narcissistic people. That's why I learned. You know, I was hurt by some narcissistic people. So I learned how to combat that. I learned how to diffuse them. I learned all that stuff. So while that may be a challenge, yeah, he's on a high spectrum. I get it. But see, you know what? You know what I say? I say, anybody that is, on a high spectrum of narcissism, right? What's the root of it all? What's the root of it? I think once you find out what's the root of this problem that they have, where it comes from, why this person is the way they are, then you can try to diffuse that. Maybe grandma was like that. Maybe grandpa was like that. Just doing what they innately learn how to do, and they're just passing it on. Now, there's a lot of things that pass on from generation to generation. You said generational curse. Yeah, there's a lot of things that pass on, and some things are good and some things are bad. You know what I mean? Some things are bad. It's the behaviors, it's the narcissism, it's a lot of different things, right? Illnesses pass on, generational stuff, you know, different ways and stuff like that. But now it's like, all right, saying is what's the saying? And again, we ain't talking about money, but it's a good saying. The saying is, if you are born broke, that's not your fault. But if you die broke, that's your fault. Meaning that now that we older, now that we're, you know, adults, it's on us. It's on us. Now, again, it takes two to make a thing go right. I'm not singing the song. But if we want to reconcile with people, it's on us. Now, again, if they don't give us the same energy back, you leave it where it is and you move on. You pray for them. That's all you can do. That's it. That's all I do. Or I just cut motherfuckers off. You know? Now, again, we don't cut your pops off. Don't do that. Don't do that. Let me see. Spit Facts, Jay. I've learned so much in the last 2 years. Anybody that is an energy vampire, I don't deal with them, period. Exactly. You know, my cutoff game is supreme. She says, I know the origin, but if he doesn't feel that his behavior is a problem, then what's the point? That just wasting my good energy. I get it. Freeman says, God has a plan for all of us, and he knows better than anyone. You're right about that. You know, my saying is, God knows what we need, and he always provides, right? It takes two to make it. Yeah. There you go, singing the song. It takes two to make it out of sight. Yeah, look. Yeah, I hear you. Listen, it's some things we can help, some things we can't help. As long as we put in our effort, we do our part, that's all we can do. If we do our part, when that judgment day comes, they open up the book, say, listen, Karima, listen, Latoya, listen, everybody else that's watching but not saying anything. You did your part. You forgave. You try to make amends. You try to do what you could in order to reconcile. Now, what that person didn't do to give that same energy back is on them. It's on them. And they're going to have to, you know, answer at the judgment day. You know what I mean? So I know they say, you know, yeah, you know, you got to be the better person. It's true. Be the better person, but don't put yourself in harm's way where you got to keep getting abused. Nah. I'm going to forgive you, and I'm going to cut your ass off. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I don't want to make you cry. I'm just saying it's real. All we could do is our part. I hope this is helping. All we could do is our part.
You can't handle the truth.
We got to handle the truth and just really face it. You see how I'm facing you in this camera? I'm facing you in this camera. We got to face the stuff that we don't like. Not only that's in this world, but we got to face the stuff that we don't like about ourselves. And then we have to correct those things. Now, that's the scariest part. You think facing your dad and the narcissism and everything else, I'm telling you right now, that's the hardest part, facing yourself. Oh, man. It's helping. I'm glad it is. Latoya, love you too, sis. Thank you. Thank you for that contribution. I appreciate that. Wasn't expecting that, but I appreciate it. I do. Thank you for that love. You know, thank you for that love. I really appreciate it. For real. Yeah, it's we got to face ourselves. Because I'm going to tell you this. While there are people around us that act the way they act, they feel the way they feel. You know, my sister says this all the time. Shout out to my sister. That's my baby girl, my niece. That's my niece's mother. She says, it's not happening to us. It's happening because of us. And she used to say that, and I'd be like, what are you talking about? And then as I got older, I understand it. There are energies that we propel out into the universe, out into the world, and we attract certain things to us. We do. You know what I'm saying? We attract certain things to us. So if we're putting out this energy like, oh, I hate this person. I don't like this person. I don't like this. I don't want this. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm late for work, man. I got all these bills. Guess what's going to come back to us? All that negative energy is going to come back to us. Now, again, that's the law of attraction as well. And if you believe in it, if you understand it, it is what it is. So when you wake up in the morning, the key is to say, you know, hey, how you doing? Hey, I'm doing better than amazing. I'm doing great. I'm awesome. Even when you're not feeling awesome. Sometimes you need to say that to yourself, and then the rest of your day will go well. If you stomp your foot, if you hit your foot on the bedpost and all this and that, don't let it ruin the rest of your day. You know what I mean? So we got to exhibit and push out positive energy regardless. Right? Regardless of how we feel, this is what we have to do. So I learned what's called PMA. PMA. That means positive mental attitude. PMA. So you got to have a PMA every single day. Right? Every single day. Regardless of what's going on, have a positive mental attitude that it's going to be all right. But here's the thing, though. It ain't going to be easy. It's not. Karima says, I've been crying for months. I work myself to death just so I don't have to cry, because when it's quiet, you start to think and feel everything. I know. I know. I know. I know exactly how that feels. Sheila Latoya says, my grandmother told me not to ever put a welcome mat in front of your door because you are welcoming bad spirits. Yeah. But see, the thing about it is I have 2 welcome mats. Because I welcome in good spirits. And if the bad spirits show up, my good spirits will defend. The angels will be camped around me and my household. You know what I mean? But I know about that, Karima. When my dad passed away, my girlfriend at the time, you know, she had a house, she had 2 kids, you know, her parents lived in the back of a house. So it was a family structure in there, you know what I mean? And she was there like the last few days. She was with me in the hospital while my dad is on ventilators, can't breathe on his own. And that was the night, 2 days before he passed, that was the night that I saw him like that, helpless. My hero was helpless in the hospital. There's nothing I can do about it. His wife is on the other side of the bed. My girlfriend's sitting next to me. And I put out a message on Facebook. You know, at the time, that was a thing, Facebook, right? And I said, I'm calling all my prayer warriors to pray for my dad, please. Because I knew the end was near. I felt it. I felt it. I felt like in the room, I felt like his spirit was about to leave. And right after I sent that message on Facebook, I uncontrollably started to cry. And my girlfriend was there. And my father's wife was there. You know, they comforted me. Stayed there all night, sitting in those chairs, sitting next to my dad all night. Couldn't speak. And then took my girlfriend home. I went home. That was that Saturday night. Sunday, I went home, went to church. prayed for my dad, asked the church to pray for my dad. And then I was going to see him that Monday. And I told, his wife, listen, I'm going to come after work. I need to go to work. I was working at the bank at the time. I was a licensed banker. And I said, listen, after work, I'm going to come. As soon as I get to work that morning, around 9 something, I get a call from my dad's wife. Said that he passed. So I wasn't there when he passed in the hospital, but I was there a couple of days before. Me and my girlfriend, his wife was right there. He passed. Of course, I left immediately, went to the hospital. They already took him down to the morgue, right? And I rushed down there, went in there, and he was sleeping. He was sleeping. I immediately started crying. I grabbed his shoulder to try to wake him up. Of course, they let you know, or they got the cop there, they got the priest there. This is a Catholic hospital. They got the nun there. They said, we're going to give you a couple minutes. So I touched his shoulder like, come on, Pops, wake up. I'm crying uncontrollably. And then I stopped crying and I released his shoulder because he wasn't there anymore. His spirit wasn't there anymore. The body was there, but the spirit wasn't there anymore. Right? So I wiped my face and I ran out of the room, and this little nun is running behind me just to try to comfort me. I got long legs. I'm 6'5", and they got this little nun running behind me with these little legs. Are you okay? Because she knew my pops too. Again, the same hospital that he worked at is the same hospital that he passed in. So these people were taking care of my dad, like for real, because they knew my dad. These nurses, these doctors, they were all there, all hands on deck, taking care of my dad. That was the blessing. Going along with what you were saying, Karima, after he passed, after the funeral, and after everything, I was working my home-based business at the time. So I focused on my home-based business. I focused on being successful. I focused on helping people in my business to elevate. The more I help elevate them, the more I elevated. And I totally drowned myself into work. But I also went into a unconscious depression while still mourning and working and trying to keep my mind off of the hurt and the pain. It still hurt at night. Those nights get dark and it hurts. Like there's a hole in your heart. I know what it feels like. But every day I prayed. And every morning, my girlfriend at the time would give me one Eggo waffle with some syrup. So for about 11 months after that, I gained about 30 pounds because I was eating Eggo waffles. But my business flourished. But I'm still missing my dad. So I can say this. Yeah, it was an unconscious depression. I can say this, fam. No matter how hard you work, no matter what you put yourself into, either way, you're going to have to deal with the pain and work with the pain and live with the pain as long as it's there. I keep telling people lost loved ones, do your best to remember the good times if you have good times. Remember the jokes. Remember the laughter. Remember those good times that you had with that person, with your loved one, with your husband, with your father, with your mother. Do your best to remember those times and just laugh. Put yourself in that same room where y'all was laughing and close your eyes and just, even if you gotta imagine it, just use your memory banks and just go back into that time period and just think about the good stuff. Think about the laughter. Think about the joy. You know what I mean? Think about that. That's going to help. It's not going to get rid of the pain, but it's going to help. Trust me. It's going to help you because it helped me. Help me. You know, and get yourself around some good people that's just going to support you. Trust me. I got some good people. I had some good people then. I got some good people now. But you're going to get through it. You will. It's been 11 years since my dad passed. 11 years. 11 years, January 13th. January 13th. 11 years. Yeah. 11 years. So that's what I'm telling y'all. Whatever discrepancy, whatever argument, whatever, you know, whatever it is, there's always a way to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? The saying is everything is figure outable. Everything is figure outable. Even if you got to bring in help, get some help, bring some help. Everything is figure outable. We got to figure this thing out. Why you still alive? We got to figure this thing out because I can't let you die and us go through this harsh pain. I can't let you die knowing that others have died before us. And here we are looking like fools arguing with each other, knowing that we love each other. We may show it in weird ways, different ways. You may have some crazy ways about you, narcissistic ways about you that you will never admit. But at the end of the day, I still love you. It's powerful. Diffuse the narcissism with love. Diffuse it. Call him by his first name. Diffuse it. Wake him up. Show him love. Just keep showing him love. Because if that's what's in your heart, then just do it. If you are a loving person, just do it. Just show love. Love conquers all, for real. Evil cannot exist where love is. Can't. It can't. Y'all seen that movie Them, right? I don't know if you've seen the movie Them, but that was a point that I made when we covered the movie Them with what's his name? Luke James in it. Good movie too. And at the end where, the evil spirit took over his body and then the evil spirit was trying to take her over because, they were twins. She turned around and realized that he wasn't the enemy. It was the spirit. And she had to tap into her brother and not the evil spirit that was trying to control him. And the way that she combated that evil spirit in the movie, we're talking about the movie here, was to let him know that you've always tried to look out for me. You've always been there for me. You're my brother and I love you. As soon as she said that evil spirit could not stay inside of her brother because the brother all this time, all he needed was his love from his sister that he used to have when they were kids. So that evil spirit had to leave his body. I don't know if y'all remember that. If y'all watch Them, go watch Them. Very symbolic that evil cannot survive where there's love. True love, pure love. Not trying to be philosophical, fam. I'm just saying. Yeah. Well, again, that's pretty much, I just kind of gave you the ending. Spoiler alert, sorry, but it was part of the lesson, right? So I pretty much gave that to you. And my interpretation that just show love. Even when it hurts, just show love. Even when it hurts, just show love. I'm telling you, over time, evil can't survive in that. The narcissistic ways will subside. When you show that When you show him that these narcissistic ways can affect you and you still show him love, and I'm not saying you got to go and bring him a plate to eat. I'm not saying you got to go over there and just hug him all day. I'm not saying none of that. But after all the stuff, at the end of the day, that's your dad. After all that you've done and all that you said, I forgive you and I love you. That's way more powerful. Trust me. Because again, evil can't survive where there is love. So let's say we got a narcissistic, evil spirit within him, right? Yeah. Let's say we got a narcissistic, evil spirit that's within him. Guess what? You're a child of God. You're a child of Most High. Now you're on a mission. You're on a mission to correct, to do your best to be the best child of God that you can be. This is a challenge. What's up, Breeze? What's going on, Breezy? What's up, Lee? Yeah, baby steps. You're right. You're right, Kareem. Absolutely. Baby steps. What's the first step, though? First step is forgiving yourself. Second step is facing your own self, loving yourself, and correcting the things that don't serve you or getting rid of the things that don't serve you in your life, right? And then moving forward in a direction of reconciling with the ones that you love, slowly but surely, right? Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna tell God to find someone else to do it. You funny. Latoya, you funny. You funny. Nah, you got to do it, man. You got to do it. How am I feeling? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling real good. You know, we're celebrating Father's Day. Salute to all the fathers out there. Shout out to everybody that has their father still living or passed away. If your grandfather raised you, he's still a father. Thank him too. Yeah. Yeah, y'all funny, man. You got to do it, man. What's your question? I don't see the question. You always do that. It'd be like bad messages back. You'd be like, you didn't answer my question. What was the question? What was your question? I don't see it. Ask it again, please. Oh, I see it. Jay, do you agree that love shouldn't be hard? That's a good question. Love shouldn't be hard. What do you mean? Hard in what way? Hard in what way? Hard to love somebody? Hard to receive love? Right? I mean, go to the word, right? Love is kind, right? Love is forgiving. I got the whole saying. Where is it? It's in my living room. Right? God is love. What's up, 69 Ways? What's good? Happy Father's Day. Love is not hard. We make it hard. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we are a complex people. And I'm not talking about black people. I'm just talking about human beings. We are very complex. Right? Love covers a multitude of sins. I say love conquers all, but you know, in the streets they say don't show love, you know what I'm saying? It may get you killed. Well, we ain't in the streets, right? We in these YouTube streets. Anyway. sometimes it's easy and sometimes it takes a little bit of work. Sometimes, we all go through some things, and as we go through life hardens us. And we may want to love somebody and we may see that love within them, but there's just a hard shell around them because of all the BS that they've gone through. So they're guarding themselves. Sometimes it takes a little bit of work. If you truly love somebody, then you'll do your best to just show them what it looks like to be a loving person. Sometimes people have gone through stuff in their childhood that they're still carrying to this day, and that's the reason why they can't love, or they don't love in the way that they would like to be loved or like to love, right? Sometimes people just push people away and you don't know why. Like, why are they pushing me away? You know what I mean? Why are they pushing me away? Why are they pushing me away? I don't understand. I show this person nothing but love. Well, because they're guarding themselves and because a lot of people get afraid when it comes down to love too. A lot of people get intimidated by it. Believe it or not, some people are intimidated by it because they may not receive the type of love that you're giving them. And they don't trust. Trust is hard because they trusted someone before they got hurt, so now it's hard for them to trust again. So when you say, do I agree that love shouldn't be hard? Sometimes it is. Sometimes, it's hard to love somebody, even though you really want to be around that somebody. And a lot of people, man, look, we talked about it earlier. A lot of people really need some therapy and need some prayer and need some good people around them and need to have positive people around them. Let me see what you said. You said we lie, we cheat, we have an ego, we are selfish. Take that away. Is love really hard? You got to add on some more stuff to that list, yo. Because we lie, we cheat, we have an ego, we are selfish, we are afraid, right? We don't know how to love. We have a lot of traumas. We have past soul ties. It's way more deeper and complex if you really want to go there. Because I can. Monique 69 with because I can. Because I can have two different cameras, ma'am. Gotta fill up the screen. You know what I'm saying? You're getting double dose of vacay today. Yeah. Afraid of being hurt. Right, Karima. Let me see. Got to work through those childhood traumas because that ish has a way of sneaking up on you. Let me tell you something, Monique. Some joints don't be sneaking up on your ass. Some joints just slap you right in the face. Like, wow. Like, dang, why am I like this, man? You've been like this since you was a kid, man. This is what happened when you was a kid. But see, you know what? I'm going to say the real work. That's why I keep saying, like, you got to, like, forgive yourself and work on yourself and be kind to yourself. Because a lot of times we be blaming people as to their actions or reactions to us. But a lot of times, like I said, like my sister said, sometimes it's not happening to us. It's happening because of us. Right? A lot of us don't want to take full responsibility. This is an adult conversation
here. You can't handle the truth.
And I'm going to go there with y'all. A lot of us don't want to look at ourselves in the mirror. I keep saying that. Look at yourself in the mirror. That's the hardest thing, to look at yourself and critique yourself and be real with yourself. You want people to be real with you, but are you real with yourself? Right? If you're an a-hole, you need to recognize you're an a-hole, and you need to work on things to get past that, get through that, to stop being an a-hole. Okay? I'm just being real straight with y'all. You know, if you have narcissistic behaviors, you got to get rid of that. If you are a sucker and you just totally an empath and you keep getting played, and you need to kind of correct that. You need to course correct that. But sometimes you showing love to the person, don't even realize you're showing love to the wrong person. Sometimes you're showing love to somebody that looks good, sounds good, and they don't deserve you, and they know it. And because you being so good to them, they take full advantage of you and play you and then hurt you. You got to recognize, how to set boundaries. You got to recognize, okay, you got to see these characteristics so you don't fall into the traps. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know until they know.
You can't handle the truth.
A lot of people don't know until they find out, until they experience it. It's like, damn, if I wish I would have known this, but how would you know this until you experience it? You see what I'm saying? How would you know that this person got a super red flag if you've never experienced it? Yeah, you may have heard it from your friends, but you got to experience it for yourself, right? Sometimes we knuckleheads. We don't listen to our parents. We don't listen to the elders. Don't do that. Hey, don't mess with that boy because that boy is trouble. Or don't mess with that girl. That girl, man, I got a bad feeling about her. And we look at our parents or our elders, be like, you know what you're talking about. You old. You know what you're talking about. They the ones that know. They see it way before we do. And our dumbasses are like, I'm going to take a chance anyway because, they look good and they feel good in the way that I felt with them when I was with them. And da-da-da-da. We get so wrapped up in the touchy-feely that we ain't even recognize that our elders and our people already told us not to do this. You're going to fall to a trap. That person going to hurt you. We ignore the red flags. Exactly. We ignore the inner voice. That's the Holy Spirit guiding you. We ignore that because we want to feel good on the outside. We want to feel that good. You know what I'm saying? Lay it down on me, shorty. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I want that. I want you. Give it to me. Let's do it. Boom. Turn around. Now I'm catching feelings. Now you catching feelings. Now I'm not catching feelings. Or I'm catching feelings and you ain't catching feelings. And it was just a one night stand, or it was just me and you getting busy. And that was it. I want more, but you don't want more. You want more, but I don't want more.
You can't handle the truth.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk the real deal. We the ones that put ourselves in these predicaments, and then now we pointing fingers. This person hurt me. Nah, man. You ain't recognize it for what it was. Because a lot of times, what we want in our heads is not exactly what's reality.
You can't handle the truth.
I'm just saying. A lot of times our fathers, our mothers, our elders, our aunts, uncles will tell us, yo, don't do that. I'm telling you, man, I got a bad feeling about this person. You don't know how they make me feel. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't even know who they are. Sometimes they just got to be the one time like, nope, that's not the one, I'm telling you. And then you end up be like, see, you was right. Yeah. And now you crying, you at home crying over this dude, over this girl, because you ain't listening. Because you want to feel good. Well, you got to feel good. Now you don't feel good. A lot of times we do it to ourselves. Are you willing to admit that?
You can't handle the truth.
Are you willing to handle the truth and admit that there are times, not every time, but there are times that we do this to ourselves? Let me see what you said. Karima says, I had to kiss a lot of frogs to find my king. And forever he would say, I came in your life for a reason. Yeah. That's a beautiful thing, man. That's hard to find, man. Karima, I salute you. That's hard to find. 69 Ways says, sometimes we get caught up in the fantasy. Yeah. But again, we get caught up in the fantasy, but we gotta also take the responsibility. Because a lot of time we get caught up in the fantasy and then we get hurt, or they hurt us, but we the ones that set ourselves up. Can we admit that?
You can't handle the truth.
Can we admit that we the ones that had this in our head, but our communication wasn't clear? So therefore, now it's like, oh, I wanted one thing, but that's not what you wanted. Or I wanted one thing and I had this in my head, but I didn't really articulate that to you. Or, I didn't really have a discussion with you. So therefore, I end up getting hurt because I wanted something that I ain't really discussed with you, or I wanted something that was in my head. It was a fantasy. Just saying.
You can't handle the truth.
Can we handle the truth today? Can we be real? Can we be real? Let me see. Fall for the potential. Yeah. Oh, yes. When he says, I could admit it once I got out of that fog I was in. Yeah. But see, you know what, though? This is just a life lesson, man. So we need to be kind to ourselves, right? We need to be kind to ourselves because we can't do what we don't know. Until we experience it, then we can say, hey, all right, you know what? This ain't never going to happen again because now I know better. I had to experience it to know better. If I don't experience it, then I'm never going to know better. Even if somebody tell me, don't go down that road, we got to experience it for ourselves. We bump our heads. We get up. We fight for another day. Karima says, vacay, we have to have these talks, not on occasions or holidays. This is very therapeutic. Absolutely. I'm here. Handle the truth. I'm going to try to get to do this on a regular. So we could just talk. We could just kick it. For real. You second that? Yeah. Again, it's not happening to us. It's happening because of us. That's a hard pill to swallow. Hard pill to swallow. I had to swallow that pill a couple times. Like, dang, this damn horse pill, man. It's hard to take. It's hard to handle it, man. Because, what'd you say, Monique? I said, but there are some who keep constantly bumping their heads time after time. Yeah, you're right. Well, again, God allows us to keep going through these mistakes until we learn the lesson. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. We all know that saying. Karima says, God knows my mistakes and so many I've made. Yeah, all of us. None of us are perfect. I ain't perfect. We ain't perfect. Anybody claims to be perfect, they're a freaking idiot. Tell them they're an idiot. Tell them VACAY said that. You ain't perfect, bruh. Stop it. You can act like you are, but you're not. You know what I mean? But I could tell you, fam, it's a hard pill to swallow when you know you're the cause of your own problems. Right? You allow that person to come into your life. They didn't force themselves into your life. You allowed them to come into your life. Now, they may have had a good game. They may look good on the outside, right? It may be all good. Yeah, she look good, sound good. He look good, sound good, smell good, right? He got a good job. She got a good job, right? She got kids, but her kids, she got a damn pack. You know what I mean? Like, I could tell that her kids listen to her, they obey her. You know what I mean? Or he got kids, but the kids listen to him. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to put myself in your shoes and my shoes at the same time. Give it a couple of months. See that person every day. The biggest test, and I don't suggest doing this, but somehow, some way, you got to see that person when they're mad. I'm not telling you to go out there and purposely make that man mad because you don't know what's going to happen. You know, you got crazy people out there, okay? But you got to see that person mad, happy, and sad. You got to see those different levels of emotions. No, I do not have kids. Nope. But I have been blessed to raise my niece for the first 11 years of her life. God bless me with that. Because her dad is a freaking all that. All the bad stuff that you would say about, you know, a deadbeat, you say it. So I became Uncle Daddy. So my beautiful niece, who is now 16, and she has now her first job at the ice cream shop. Sent me pictures. I damn near cried because my baby is growing up. You know? Yeah, I do. I love kids. Yeah, I do. Love kids. Love kids. I would love to have kids. The next question is, well, why don't you have kids? Well, it's a long story. To make a long story short, I purposely did not want to set myself up where I'd be in a position where I'm just getting a woman pregnant. I wanted to do it a more traditional way. So I purposely did not allow myself to impregnate. You know, I said it earlier as a joke, but it's real. Pull out King for real. So yeah. But I love kids. You know what I'm saying? Latoya says, I have one you can adopt. You funny. Yeah, Uncle Daddy. Yeah, she called me. She called me after her first day at work, and I was so excited for her. I told her how much I'm proud of her, and you know, that's my baby girl. You know, she got her permit. I taught her how to drive a long time ago, but you know, they in Florida. I'm over here in Vegas. Got a chance to see them a couple months ago, so happy to see them. Damn, when I see my mama and my niece and my sister. Yeah, man, grown men cry. Absolutely, that's all right. Crying heals the soul. I'm not like boo hoo. I'm not all that. You know what I'm saying? I may be tearing every now and then. You know what I mean? But I get that side from my mom. You know what I mean? But do your best, family, to reconcile, please. If you never knew your dad, search him out. Do what you can. You know, I was blessed. My niece was blessed because she actually met my dad. Used to call him Pop Pop. And for the first, let's say, 4 or 5 years of her life, she was able to converse with my dad and feel his spirit and his soul. And he would make jokes and, you know, we would all hang out, you know. So it's important for the kids, man. If not for ourselves, it's important for the kids. It's so important. You know, they say how important it is, you know, to have mommy there, right? And daddy there, right? But it's way more important to have the grandparents there, man. If they still alive, it's true, man. For real. Like, if I didn't have my grandmother and grandpa in my life, I'd be a totally different person. For real, I'll be terrorizing stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'll be terrorizing this world. You know what I mean? Now, my mom did a great job. You know what I mean? But to have my grandma, to know my grandmother and grandfather, that was the greatest gift in the world, man. Hey, Sharone, happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to you too. Well, to the father that's in your life and, you know, any fathers that you know. Because at the same time, there's some men that you know that are fathers. Wish them a happy Father's Day too. You know what I mean? You never know what people going through. Like, you may have somebody that you know is a dad, but they may not get along with their child's mother, or they might be married, but they might be going through some hard times in their marriage. And they may just need that encouragement from you to say, hey, happy Father's Day. We trying to change the narrative in a good way on Father's Day, because again, just as much love as the mothers get, we need to give our fathers. We need to let them know we appreciate them. You know what I'm saying? Whether we had a good relationship or not, we do know other fathers out there. We do know other people who are fathers. So if you know a good dude, I'm advocating for the good dudes, the good uncles, the good dads, the good brothers, the fathers, the men that are actually doing the best that they can. The best that they can. The best that they can. Doing the best that they can. They're doing their best. I'm not saying they're perfect. Nobody's perfect, remember, but they're doing the best that they can to just show them love today. You know what I'm saying? And respect. As long as they're, doing the right thing, show them some respect and love. Please, I ask you, please. Because we need it. We need to hear it. We need it. What's going on? What's going on, Donice? You? We need to hear it sometimes. You know what I mean? Sometimes being a man, being a father, an uncle, it's a thankless job. You know what I mean? As we are celebrating mothers and sisters and women, would love it if our sisters and our women would celebrate us. You know what I mean? It don't got to be a whole big shebang with fireworks. And if that's what you want to do, cool. But, we need more love from our women in our lives that's around us, just to encourage us to keep going. You know what I mean? Because sometimes when we go to work, we don't get that. None of us get that, right? We don't go, hey, thanks for coming to work today. We appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we going through the same old routine, and we get tired, and we just need some encouragement. We just need a, hey, happy Father's Day. Hope you have a great day. We need that. I'm just speaking from a male perspective here. That's the only perspective I can speak from. We need love too, just like y'all need love. We're going to give y'all love. But God, you know that. We're going to give y'all love and respect. That's all we ask for in return, just love and respect. All we doing is our best. The best we can do. The best we can do. What do you say? Need all to put God first, because I cannot do this. Absolutely. We were just talking about that. I hope this is helping, though. Karima, you said it helped. Toya, I hope it's helping. We got to get past all the stuff that's holding us back. Again, I'm not up here preaching. So, okay, hello, Cool J, we got you. You funny. Shoot, hello, Cool J got a new single out now. You know what I'm saying? With Fat Joe and Rick Ross. That's another thing. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, this is...
You can't handle the truth.
That's why we here. Can we handle the truth? Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. I used to say, I appreciate that. Thank you for your kind words. I used to say this, and I had to stop saying it. I used to say, Happy Father's Day and Happy Father's Day to the mothers that got to be both. And I had to stop saying that. Because I got to give the brothers that are doing the best their props. To the mothers that have to be both, we're going to say Happy Mother's Day. But I'm not going to take away from the fathers on Father's Day. You know what I mean? So I had to stop saying that. Just Happy Father's Day. All the fathers out there, all the father figures out there, And sometimes, that is not biological. Sometimes it's, sometimes water's thicker than blood. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's the ones that's not biologically connected to you that's way better than you than the ones that are biologically connected to you. And I can appreciate that, Monique. Some do. Some women do. I gotta be the father. I gotta be the man and the woman. You don't have to be. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you if you need to get a little bit, rough with your kids just to kind of get them to move so they can get out of bed and go to school, I get you, but you don't gotta be a dude. You don't gotta be a father. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of us out here. There's a lot of us who, would love to mentor kids and boys and girls and just be there. You know what I'm saying? Just do what we can. We can only be our beautiful selves. Absolutely. Absolutely. You're also so kind, Monique. You are. Yeah, but this is.
You can't handle the truth.
So can you handle the truth, family? So Monique, Sharoni, we was talking about just facing yourself and trying to improve on yourself just by facing your inadequacies and your, things that are detrimental to yourself. And that's the hardest thing to do. Right? So that's a question. Can you face your fears and face your inadequacies and then do whatever it takes to work on them so that you get better, so that you heal yourself? Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. What we could do. But I like that, I used to say that, and I had to change that word from try to strive. It's just more powerful to me personally. Strive. We got to strive. Strive just means we pushing even way harder than trying. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Sharoni says, I can help others by being a good example. The best version of myself, so much easier to put my all into someone else. I feel you. But you can't forget about yourself. Don't forget about you. You funny. What are you talking about? I'm perfect, flawed. There you go. You miss your father, huh? I miss mine too. Sharoni. 11 years since he's been gone. 100, Karima. Absolutely. Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy, but it gets easier. I appreciate everybody sharing their testimony here today. I always say to myself, when you look at your own situation, you may feel like it's the end of the world, but there's always somebody out there going through something worse than you are. There's always somebody going through something worse. So that's why I said everything is figure outable. You work on it. You pray on it. You ask for help. Don't be too prideful that you can't ask for help. And you do your best. Yeah, you do your best. She says, Ronnie says, I hope all girls cannot be ashamed about being a daddy's girl. Nah, you shouldn't be. Absolutely. Okay. Karima says, oh, absolutely. Yeah. This was before it was cool to be a girl dad. Karima says, do you ever wish to be in any way? Don't ever wish to be in anyone else's shoes. Yeah. I mean, well, if you're a multi-gazillionaire, would you want to be in that person's shoes? Sometimes you may feel that way and sometimes you don't. Because you could be a millionaire, but now you have way more responsibilities and way more things to think about, right? You got to pay taxes, you got to pay insurance, you got to pay all of that stuff. And you got to be, ready to deal with all of those things, be able to handle those things, right? So while people's like, yeah, I want to be a millionaire. Okay, well, you got to deal with, taxes and all that rest of the stuff that you got to deal with. So that shouldn't discourage you from wanting to be a millionaire. You just got to this. At every level, they said at every level there's a devil, but at every level there's a challenge, right? Let's see. No, because they can have a whole host of issues. Yeah. That's what I was saying. But you can strive to be at many different levels and say, hey, you know what? I want to be a millionaire so I can give back. You ever think about it that way? Some people have a fear of being successful because they don't want to have to deal with all the responsibilities of being successful. But then it's like, okay, well, what's the purpose of you being successful? Are you trying to be successful for yourself, or are you trying to be successful to help others? And by helping others, you help yourself. So if I had $1 million, what would I do? What would be the first thing you do with $1 million if you became a millionaire? If you became a millionaire tomorrow, what would be the first things you do with the money? Love that about giving back out. Troy says, I have a fear of success and failure. A double-edged sword. Well, failure is part of the journey to success. You ever heard that? Failure is part of the journey to success. You can't get to success without going through some failures. Okay. So Latoya said, pay off my student loans. Okay. Monique says, pay my taxes. IRS don't play. You're right about that. Only failure is not to try. But even when you do try, there are failures along the way. But failures are the greatest lesson, Sharoni. The greatest lesson, you don't learn the lesson in winning. If you really want to go there. You learn the greatest lessons from failures, right? How do I know that? We got lights all around us, right? We have Thomas Edison, right? Made the light bulb. Lewis Latimer, black man, improved on the light bulb and made the traffic lights, but that's another story for another day. So let's get back to the light bulb. It was that 1,001 time after all the mistakes and the failures and that 1,001 time, that's when the light bulb was created. If he would have stopped at 100, if he would have stopped at 200, if he would have stopped at 500, if he would have stopped at 1,000, we wouldn't have a light bulb today. But he kept going and he failed his way to success. So it was 1,001 failures. It was 1,000 failure that led to the one time that he was successful. So we got to go through the failures in order to have success. Because that's how we learn to improve and course correct and adjust. All right. So Karima says, helping with the homeless, shelters, people with addictions, that is awesome. Noble. Very noble. Very noble. Monique says, some people scared to be successful because now they have to maintain it, maybe. Well, I'll say like this. One thing I've learned about successful people is that once you reach a certain level, then you have to create another level of a challenge to reach, right? So once you hit a goal, okay, now I got to set another goal. Now I got to set another goal. And you can't be lazy. You can't be a lazy person. Be like, oh, yeah, I made $1 million. I'm good now. Nah. How you going to create another $1 million? How you going to maintain the $1 million? Are you going to spend $1 million? Or are you going to put it investment, right? High interest, yielding interest, and then you live off the interest and you never touch the $1 million. That's what the risks do. Shmoney says VACAY is wicked smart, as we say in Boston. What is it? In Boston versus genius, as people say everywhere. Okay. I appreciate those kind words. It's just wisdom, life, learning as I go. Learning as I go. Great analogy. Thank you. Sharoni says, also people sometimes want to help others when the are down or when they are down and out. I like how you use the letters. So as long as their success does not surpass others. That is a statement. That is a statement all within itself. There are some people who are okay with you winning, so as long as you're not winning over them. That sucks. That is whack. Right? So if a person is winning and they help you to win, and then you find a way to surpass them in success, they should be happy for you. They should be clapping for you. But sometimes people's egos get in the way, where if you're more successful than them, they feel like they're smaller than you now, and the spotlight is not on them anymore, it's on you. So they will do things to try to sabotage your success, even though they were the ones that taught you the game.
You can't handle the truth.
Can you handle the truth, family? Can you handle that truth? Some people may be more successful than you, right? But because of who you are, because of how you are, because you're God's child, because you are a person of integrity and you show love to everybody, and people show a lot of love back, there's some people who are more successful than you who hate the way other people love you. Because to them, that's the success that they truly want. They may have monetary success, but if the people love you, that's the success that sometimes they want that. They want the money and they want people to just love them as well. Meanwhile, you're doing fairly well and people love who you are. They love your personality. But this person over here who has monetary success is jealous of you because of the way people love you.
You can't handle the truth.
Can we talk about it and be real? Can we talk about it and be real? So I'm here all night, family. Handle the truth. I'm here all night. I'm here all night. But happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And happy Father's Day to all the mothers and children and, friends who are going to do something special for their fathers today. Whatever that is. Even if it's giving a card or a tie or cologne, whatever it is, I know as a father, they appreciate it. They'd rather be on a vacation somewhere. Send them on a vacation, right? What fathers have you known to say, you know what? My kids, my wife is so great that they sent me on a vacation with my best friend and we are now enjoying ourselves. I've never heard that. I've never heard that. I've never heard that before. Okay? Ladies, wives, women, we got to step this up, okay? Because if we are doing everything in our power to work hard, to do that, like even if you send us to get a pedicure and a manicure just to take care of the dogs, we've been working on our dogs all day. Our dogs meaning the feet. We've been on our feet all day working hard. Send us to get a mani and a pedi. You know what I'm saying? If that's what your man needs. If that's what your husband needs. You know what I'm saying? Like send them to go get a massage, you know what I'm saying, from the ladies. You know what I mean? Because when they do your feet or whatever, they kind of give you like a calf massage. You know what I mean? I've had that done before. Man, I damn near fell asleep in that place, man.
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah. So this is what it's all about. It's Father's Day. What we gonna do for the fathers? What you gonna do for the fathers? Shimoni says, that might be the reason why I found from some difficult experiences that it only works for me about putting God first. Okay, it's a good ring. I got you. Monique says, have you had your inner thighs massaged? Wouldn't you like to know?
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, by the lady in my life at the time. Yeah. Have you had your inner thighs? I'm sure you have. Shorty says, have to do something that the man wants or needs. Our wants and our needs are very, very close. You know what I'm saying? Our wants and our needs are very, very close. Very, very close. Yeah. What's going on? Family, happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. What's going on, Tarek Sterling? And Sonia's mom is in the building. Okay. How long you been sitting there? Huh? I see you. You keeping it PG? Yeah, she's keeping it PG. She's been keeping it PG on Father's Day. She's been keeping it cool. She's been respectful. We've been having some conversations here. I appreciate y'all hitting that like button. I appreciate the love. You know, happy Father's Day. Let's see. Sharoni says a man is not only always wonderful about expressing his needs, maybe due to society. Yeah. Society definitely has something to do with it. But you know, if you have a man in your life and man, husband, or whatever the case is, and he feels safe enough to share, you know, safe enough to share how he feels, that you won't throw it back in his face, and that he feels secure enough within your arms, within your presence to share information, then he will. If he knows that you are ride or die, and that you're not going to betray him with his own, you know, weakness or some inner thing that is affecting him, and he knows that you'll be there for him and you'll keep that secret close or you'll keep it private, then he may open up. Don't get her started, Sharoni. Do not get 69 ways started, because when she starts, she cannot stop. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, funny. How to make a man feel safe. How to make a man feel safe. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that love. Torek Sterling and Sonia's mom. Thank you. May you and the other men in your life have a safe and love Father's Day. I appreciate that love. Thank you. Thank you. Before I answer that question, I'm interested to know what I have you ladies on tonight, which I appreciate. Are you watching me on your phone? And are you in the bed with your phone and you're holding the phone like this? Like, you know, vertically? See, I'm holding it like that. I'm not trying to be nasty, okay? I'm just asking. I'm not trying to be promiscuous. It's Father's Day and it's Sunday, so I'm trying to be good. So, okay, so you're laying down and okay, cool. All right. I figured this would work. You know, it'd be better for you guys. It's late. So, all right, cool. All right, so to answer your question, yes, on my phone, cool. To answer your question, Sharone, well, thank you. How to make a man feel safe? Well, we have to know and feel in our hearts that you are not the type to be a chatterbox. You know what I mean by that? What I mean is that, thank you for the compliment as well. What I mean is that we have to know that if we are going to share something with you, that you're not going to go and tell your girlfriends. You're not like, ooh, girl, I got the tea. Da, 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 da. Don't do that around us, because if you're talking about somebody else's business, like, ooh, girl, I got the tea, and you on the phone with your girlfriends, da, 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 we not going to be prone to tell you some things unless we have known you for a long time and we learn to trust you. You know what I mean? I know gossip is the thing. I know the tea is the thing. Girl, let me tell you what happened with this. Let me tell you what happened at work with such and such. And blah, 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 blah. Like, you do that around us, we're going to be like, I ain't telling you shit. I ain't telling you nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because if you talk about the next, if you talk about the next person, right, and they business, and let's say I tell you something and we have a fallout, you get so mad at me that you run and tell your girlfriends, your sister, everything, something that we agree that you shouldn't tell. That has to be part of your daily interaction. Yeah. Creamer says, yes, spilling your guts. Yeah, we just had to learn to get to know you. You get to know us. And then if you entrust us, that might be true. I'm not that guy. I don't like telling dudes my business. I don't like gossiping. I don't like doing none of that stuff. It's never been my thing. I hate it. I actually hate it because it's like, why are you telling somebody else's business? That's just my thing. But anyway, also entrusting in that man some things that you would only entrust in him kind of lets our guard down too. So you're like, oh, she told me about that time when she had an illness and nobody really knew about it, and da 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 da. I'm just using an example. You entrust in us, that'll make us feel a little bit more comfortable to entrust in you some personal things, you know. But just expect that it's not going to come out like this, like the way I'm speaking right now, just totally speaking like here it is. It may not come out that way, but yeah. Let's see. Monique says, I'm the silent type. I'm more of a listener. Okay. Yeah, you like to get all the information. You the one with all the secrets. She says, Karima says, nah, nope, never. My husband was my best friend. Yeah. Right. Right. And I'm sure that he really loved you and trusted you some things that he would not tell anybody else. Right. Like, let's say he told you about, you know, something that he despised about his mom, that his mom used to do back in the day. She don't do it anymore because he's grown now. And he just shared specifically with you and said, listen, don't ever let my mom find out about this. And one day y'all get into an argument, right? Some women, and some people, I'm just going to say people, not just women. Some people are vindictive and spiteful to the point that they take that secret and go tell it to the person they shouldn't be telling it to, just to get that other person back. That tit for tat back and forth, I can't get with it. Can't do it. Let's see. And don't throw their openness or vulnerabilities back in their face. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's the key, like right there. If I tell you something and you get mad at me, oh, that's why, you know, you said this about your mama, and that's why you are the way you are, because, you know, you told me about your mom's and what she did to you, and da da da. Or you doing this feeling the, because men, what we do, we will face the challenge. We'll try to one up you every time because we are challengers. We are challengers. Like seriously, like you challenge us, we gonna come back every time. Now, some of us we know better. We know to chill. All right, chill. She just trying to get under your skin. She's upset. Let me walk away. Let me get a breather. Let me let her calm down. And then I'll come back and we can discuss this. Right? Now that's the smart man. The not so smart man will battle with his lady and go back and forth and all of this and that. And now you're yelling and screaming at each other. And because no one's listening to each other, you just keep going into a circle over and over and over and over because we ain't listening to each other. Yeah. Yeah. I appreciate that love. Thank you, Sharoni. Yeah. Yeah. We praying for Karima and we need to pray for everybody here. You know what I'm saying? We all going through some pain. I appreciate Latoya and Karima and everybody that has shared, you know, some deep, dark pain and trauma that they're going through right now. So we need to like just pray for each other. Because yeah, like I said, Karima, just think of the good times. That's all you can do. Think of the good times and the good memories. You know what I mean? That's all you need to do at this point. You know what I'm saying? It hurts, but it'll help you. It'll help get you through this. Trust me, it will. It's Father's Day, family. Happy Father's Day.
You can't handle the truth.
Father's Day version. Just breathe. Trust me. Just breathe. In through the nose, out the mouth. Just breathe through this thing. You know, it'll calm you down. It'll slow down your heart rate. Just breathe through this thing. Take care of yourself. You know, don't let this pain and agony just hold you down, weigh you down, depress you. Stay healthy. You know, be conscious of what you eat. Be conscious of what you put in your ears, nose, and mouth. Right? Be very protective of that. Try to watch a lot of comedy. That's just my suggestion. It'll take your mind off of it. And laughter heals the soul. Laughter heals the soul. Watch a lot of comedy. The best way you can. Who's your favorite comic? Who do you love? Who's your favorite comic family out there? Because whenever you're feeling down, definitely go in prayer. But then after that, watch some comedy. Laughter heals the soul. You know, I was watching this movie called The Secret. And they talked about this lady who had cancer. And they said that instead of going through chemo, her and her husband watched a lot of comedy. Before you know it, the cancer was backing out. Next thing you know, she don't got cancer anymore because of the laughter and the comedy and everything else like that. And yeah, you know, laughter heals the soul. You know, it does. These hard times that we have, man, I tell you, boy, you know, this life can be rough. People can be rougher. Some people kick you while you're down. They discourage you. Just know that they're going to get this every time. You know, they say God don't like ugly. It's true. God does not like ugly. It's true. God does not like ugly. So whatever you're going through, pray on it. Breathe. Inhale through your nose, out through your mouth. Meditate. Pray. Get through it all. Get through it all. You'll be fine. Yeah. You said it, what? That's laughter does it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you. Why you think every time you come on my live, I'm always laughing, huh? Because I want all of us to laugh. We all need a laugh. You know what I'm saying? Like life can be so hard and rough and, you know, disappointing at times, and we need to just laugh. Laugh at this entertainment, laugh at certain things, not laugh at people, but laugh at certain characters in a story. Laugh at some comedy. Like we need that laughter to heal us. When you especially when you go through a lot of pain. You love romantic comedy, Sharoni? Okay. Let's see, Karima says, definitely have come to vacay for the power views, just to not think about my mom. Oh. You got me on that one. I appreciate you. You got me on that one. You ain't gonna make me cry up in here. It's not happening. It's not going down, baby. Karima, you ain't gonna do it. But you hit me right here with that. Mm. Mm. I know the feeling. Sharoni says, finding a community of believers has been amazing for me. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Man, y'all ain't gonna make me cry. Man. It's not happening. But you touching my heart with these statements, for real. You're touching my heart with these statements. Let's see. Sharoni says, oh, mom, too. Yeah, this is too much. Yeah. Yeah, please come back soon. Yeah. Absolutely. People keep saying you're so strong, and I'm like, ooh, I know. Good stuff. Yeah. Thank you. Listen, man, like we gotta be here for each other and just VACAYJTV. You know what I'm saying? That's why I call it VACAYJTV, because when you come here, I want you to feel like you're on vacation. When you come here, I want you to feel relaxed. When you come here, I want this to be a safe space. You know what I'm saying? Full of respect, love, kindness, laughter, information, elevation. That's what I would want for all of us to have. So, I make jokes in there just to kind of keep us going, get our minds off of the world, get our minds off of the stress of the world, the bills that's on the way, the situations, the illness, whatever the case is, yeah. I'm glad all of you are here, and I appreciate all of you for just sharing and being transparent.
You can't handle the truth,
because a lot of people, it takes a lot of guts to do that. It takes a lot of guts to share like this, to be transparent like this. Some people just afraid. It's afraid. If you open up your chest a little bit, okay, ladies, I'm not being nasty. I'm just giving you a metaphor, okay? If you open up yourself a little bit, it doesn't have to be full exposure, right? You don't tell everybody your business. But if you open up a little bit and show people that you're a real person, that the same way you hurt, I hurt too. Similar pain that you may have, I have too. If we all just keep it real with ourselves and real with each other, transparent with each other, then I believe that we can definitely help heal each other and help get each other through this thing. That little bit of transparency will show somebody that, hey, you know what? This person is similar to me. Maybe not just like me, but similar to me. And sometimes that's all we need. We need somebody to say, you know what? I know what you're going through. I've been there. And I made it out. I made it through it. The pain will subside. The memories won't. And if you are going to have memories, just put yourself in a position to have great memories. Think about the good times. You got to reprogram your brain to think about the good times. Sharoni says, right, oversharing can be used as a weapon. that I did about hurt people, hurt others. I say it all the time: hurt people, hurt people. Again, you gotta look out for the signs. You know, we talked about it earlier. Me and Latoya, you gotta look out for these signs. If you don't know about the empath and the narcissist, look it up. Look it up and learn about that there's an empath and a narcissist. And there's a scale, like I said earlier, there's a scale of that. And again, some of us may have narcissistic ways in us, little tiny nuances of it. And we have to recognize that and just eliminate that and take it out of our lives and throw it away. So look that up for yourself. I mean, if you educate yourself on the empath and the narcissist, I think you will know how to guard yourself, know how to set boundaries for yourself, not allow everybody into your space. And then you'll recognize the good people and recognize those who have red flags that you do not want in your space. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
You can't handle the truth.
Got to handle the truth. Got to face the truth. Right? Truth is, there are some things I need to tie up myself in my own life. Truth is, you know, I've entrusted myself into some people that I thought was, you know, committed or loyal or whatever the case is. And I've been disappointed. Truth is that we all kind of go through some of these challenges of entrusting in people and putting your heart and soul into someone. And really just trying to be a good person to that person, only to find out that person just wants to utilize you or your talent. That person act like they were your friend or act like they were family, but they really wasn't. It's manipulation tactics. Sometimes these things happen. You just got to take it. You just got to take it to your chest. You got to keep moving and figure out how to maneuver past all this. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is so real. Yeah. These things happen in our lives.
You can't handle the truth.
Can you handle the truth? Can you face it? Can you face the truth about, again, what it's not happening to you, is happening because of you? Again, a lot of us put ourselves in these positions. You and that thing going sound bad. That's the name of the show. That keep you awake, man, because it's late. Yeah. Yeah. So my suggestion, study that. Look it up. Narcissists, empaths, study that. You learn a lot. You learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot about other people who have been in your life. You learn a lot about why people hurt people sometimes. You'll learn a lot about who's who, and then you'll be able to differentiate and see people for who they really are. See people for who they really are. And you'll see yourself for who you really are. I saw a quote earlier and I put it on my IG. If you're not following me on IG, definitely follow me on IG because I do post a lot of quotes in my stories. Monique 69 Ways knows about it. I believe Sharoni. If you're not following me on IG, definitely follow me on IG. Same name, VACAY-JayTV. And there was a quote that said, even in your world where, you know, you're the good person, in somebody else's book, you're the villain. Can you believe that? Can you believe that you could be the greatest person to people in your circle, people in your world, people at work, but there's always that one person, or maybe two, that will always see you as the villain? That is real. That's life. That's life. That is to say that not everybody is going to like you, and it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Not everybody made it on Noah's Ark either. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody can fit into a cab. You know what I'm saying? We're not clowns. So, not every, you know how in the circus they got the whole car where like 10, 20 clowns just come out of the car. Well, we don't got one of those clown cars, so not everybody can fit inside the car. So you're not going to please everybody. Everybody's not going to like you, and you got to be okay with that. We would love everybody to like us. But in some people's book, we're the villain. It's crazy, right? It's a crazy world we live in. But I thought that was so real that not everybody's going to look at you the same way you may look at you. Yeah, it's wild, right? Yeah, I believe that. You believe that? It's crazy, dog. So in my mind, I don't see myself as a villain, but in somebody else's mind, it's like, oh, well, you are the villain. Why? Why am I the villain? Well, a lot of times people don't know you, and some people think they know a part of you or the old you and not the you that you are today. So they kind of base their decision on whether they like you or not based on the old you, what somebody else said, but they don't know you, So there's some people who like judge you based on somebody else's word and not actually get to know who you truly are, nor take the time. It's funny because I tell you a story, and of course I'm not going to mention any names. The time that there was a young lady, I'm not going to say where I know her from because then I'm going to give it away. But there was a time that there was a young lady that wanted to talk to me. And there was this guy who, I really didn't get along with, whatever the case is. But we kept it professional because we was in a professional environment. We kept ourselves at arm's length. You do your thing, I'll do my thing. Don't bother me, I won't bother you. But this young lady wanted to get to know me, just on some like, yo, he seems cool, da 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 da. And this dude that didn't like me told this woman, oh, don't talk to that man because he's the devil. I was like, wow. Now, he would never say that to my face. But he told this girl that I was the devil. How'd I find out? She showed me the text. I was like, wow. So it brings me back to that message that as good as you think you are in the world, or good, whatever the case is, in somebody's book, you're the villain. And I ain't do nothing to him, but just be myself. Yeah. Yeah. A public smear campaign of the worst kind. Yeah, well, it was private, but it's a private smear campaign. I laughed at it because I know who I am, right? You just got to laugh at stuff like that. We end up getting to know each other anyway. Creamer says, Sharona, I'm that nice person when someone takes advantage of you and you cut them off. Now something is wrong with me. That's what they say, right? That's narcissistic, right? A narcissist will do something wrong to you. You call them out on it, and then they get mad at you for calling them out on something that they did wrong to you. And now they try to flip it on you because of the way you called them out. Crazy, right? That's insane. That's just insane to me. It's just insane that when you call somebody out on their BS, they try to flip it on you and say, well, I wouldn't have done it if you did this and did that and da 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 da. Why are you coming at me like this? You know what? I don't like you coming at. So they don't take accountability for doing you wrong, and they'll gaslight you into making you think that you are the problem. You're the reason why this something wrong to you. Insane. Those are narcissistic behaviors. Something that I'm telling y'all, if y'all study this, if y'all learn this, you're gonna have a better day, better nights rest. Trust me. Better nights rest if you learn this. Let's see. They say why you gotta be like that. Exactly. Father's Day. I must think positive. So positive things happen. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. It's called accountability. People must be allergic to it. Yeah, it's true. It's true. How about this? All right. Person lies on you, right? Wow. I'm the person that would go well. Let's see about that. I saw you. So how about this? A person lies on you, right? And somebody that they lied to came back to you and say, "Hey, listen, this is what this person said." And then you confront the person and ask them, did they say it? And their answer to you is, I do not recall. What do you say after that? When you know that the person that told you that they lied to them told you, what do you say after the person say, did you say it? And they say, I do recall. What do you say to that person? I know what I said. I said, oh, you don't recall, but you didn't say it. You didn't say it. So really, you may not recall it, but you didn't say, oh, I didn't say that. So that tells me you said it. Yeah, selective amnesia. You right about that, Karima. Crazy, dog. Crazy. You say, what? Let me refresh your memory. you know, yeah. At that point, it's like when people talking behind your back and they telling lies and they saying certain things that's not true, and they totally disrespecting you. You just have to remove yourself from the situation. You know what I mean? And you got to respect yourself. You have to have your own self dignity. You know what I'm saying? You have to have enough respect in yourself to say, well, you know what? If you have been disrespecting me behind my back, and this one person is the one that told me, this one person told me, how many other times have you disrespected me behind my back and the other people didn't tell me? So now I've lost respect for you because you have been talking behind my back some lies to the same people that I need to respect me in order for my business to run smoothly. That's all I'm gonna say. So sometimes you got to remove yourself from the situation, have some self dignity. Don't allow yourself to keep going on and on and on with people who are fake. I don't like fake people. I really don't like fake people, man. Like it churns my stomach when a person smiles in your face behind your back, they talk trash. There's nothing worse than that. There's nothing worse than that to me. I can't really get with a person like that. It just rumbles my stomach. You know, like how can you be like that? How can you be so fake? How can you be so fake, yo? It's crazy. You see, if someone drags my name through the dirt, then I want to make sure someone will put the same respect on my name. It's a nasty cycle. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Yeah. Yeah. Me neither. Oh my God. It's a pet peeve of mine. Okay. How about if they smile in your face and talk trash in public, also in front of my face? Oh, well, I'm going to handle it in public then. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to handle it in public. You know? But it also depends, right? It also depends on whether or not you want to take the energy and put energy into some BS like that. Because sometimes it's not even worth it. They say that the person that talks trash is beneath you, and all they're trying to do is pull you down to their level. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't like those people either. Yeah, man, fake is all fake, man. And at the same time, you just gotta, I don't know. What do you do? Are you fake with them? You fake back with them? Or, I mean, what do you do in this case scenario? Like, how do you handle that? Especially at work, you don't want to lose your job. At the same time, you don't want to, seem like you fake too. So do you just walk away? I don't know. Small minds discuss people, average minds discuss events, and great minds discuss ideas. Yep, I live by that too. I live by that too. Yep. 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 Let me see. I don't have to interact with you unless it's work related. Yep. That's how you get through it. But even then, I don't want to discuss anything with people. I don't even want to be around them. If I have to be around them for work reasons or business reasons, let's handle this business and let me get up out of here. How about that? Let me do my thing. Let me go. You know what I'm saying? But yes, you're right, Karima. Absolutely. But ladies, I am approaching the 3-hour time period, and I'm getting tired. Listen, it's a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. I thank y'all for hanging with me today. I hope what we discussed has been helpful. It's been helpful for me, I'll tell you that. Y'all being on here with me has helped me a lot. And I appreciate your love and your support. Pray for me as I pray for y'all. We're going to get through this day. We're going to get through this month. We're going to get through this year. We're going to be prosperous. We're going to be happy. We're going to be blessed. We're going to be wealthy. We're going to be healthy. We're going to, in fact, we already are. Let's speak it into existence. We are wealthy. We are healthy. We are blessed. We are amazing. We are healed. Let's speak it into existence like it is right now. We are. We are healed. We are blessed. We are amazing. We are positive. We are growing. We are flourishing. We are wealthy. We are healthy. We are amazing. All right. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all.
You can't handle the truth.
This is Handle the Truth. Y'all have a blessed day, a blessed night. I'll see y'all on Monday. All right. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Good night.